Rich, how you doing?
Good morning. Really
Good
well,
morning.
thank you very much. Beautiful morning at last.
Isn't it just look at you and your blue sky there? And of course, the last time I think we saw each other, we were on the TV, weren't we? That was great, Rich. Thank you for sending me that clip of us on the telly.
Yeah,
You
no
having a
problem. That was
conversation with me, superb.
yeah, I haven't seen it all yet actually.
You
But
haven't.
it's very strange when you're walking around Leclerc now and somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, you're that bloke off the telly, aren't you?" So
We
I
are
need
so
to watch
graced
the
by
program.
it's very show busy this morning because Raquelita La Fantastica, sister of Chicken Tikka, I think,
Yeah.
is joining us. This she didn't like that. is, jo- is, join, is joining us this morning for the St Paddy's Day celebration, which I think you're having at your place on Sunday. Tell us about that, Rich.
Yeah, we've opted for Sunday because, as you know, Carl, Sundays are our big music days and entertainment days. So we decided to just put it a day early because we weren't sure how many people would be out on Monday morning anyway. So we've got a great day planned. It's around the theme of our normal Sundays, but we've got, as you said, a wonderful comedian as well coming up to see us again, who's already been at once before and went down really, really well. We've got a very eclectic semi-Irish band who's opening up tomorrow, made up of Bill, who is half Irish, half Geordie. Very difficult man to understand, I can tell you. Um,
Right.
I
Have you
can
got a
understand all
translator
the
for the
local
American?
Portuguese way better than I can understand him. Uh,
Right.
and we've got Brimble, who's a bit Irish American, and Eusebio, a Portuguese, absolutely not Irish piper. So they'll be kicking off the
Wow.
day as a little trio. Yeah, and Eusebio's great. He's a luthier, but he plays, I think it's around 8 different instruments.
Wow. Incredible.
He's forming part of this trio, and they'll be opening up about 1 o'clock on Sunday, and then Rachel will be on, and she'll be giving us all of her beautiful comic addresses and jokes, and then we've got the wonderful Nelson Rodriguez and Blowout seeing us through into the evening. So
What a day.
yeah, really, really looking forward to it, and plenty to enjoy on Sunday.
Right, we'll talk to her in just a moment. Raquelita La Fantastica. I can say it, Raquelita. Don't worry, I have been able to so far. Well, I guess the big build-up will tell if I have got that right. And if you're introducing her, that's a bit difficult, isn't it, Rich? To be
Yeah,
introducing the fabulous
yeah, I know.
Raquelita. Yeah, okay, you're practicing it.
Racolita Fantastica.
I think you've got to put a la in there in the middle as well. I
Are
think
you
she's done it.
right?
She's done it on purpose. She's done it on purpose. Guinness will be flowing, I take it.
Oh, we've got a really good deal on Guinness. We're going to be doing Guinness at €5 a pint, and I don't think you can get Guinness anywhere at €5 a pint
No, that's it
anymore. You
is
certainly
ridiculous.
can't
It's
get it
about
in
six.
Ireland.
Yeah, it's six,
Yeah,
isn't it? And generally speaking, is the benchmark, I think. So that's a good
yeah. I
deal.
think. I mean, Temple Bar, you're probably paying 10.50 now. I would think. Haven't been there for a while, but I would think it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And we've got a beautiful chef's going to make. Alex, our great chef, is going to make a really authentic Irish stew with both lamb and mutton, and it's going to be really nice. And we're
Mm.
going to pop that out at just under a tenner as well. So it should be a great day.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. It's almost like a drink five, get six, get one free, isn't it? Sort of like
Yeah,
six for
that's
the
it.
price of five on the on the Guinness there. Wonderful. And Irish stew and that wonderful lineup of talent. And we'll be speaking to one of your performers, Raquelita La Fantastica, in just a moment. What else is all right? Fantastic. Okay, we've got it. Thanks, Mr. S. You've already got a fan here, Raquelita. Um, what else is happening at Prohibition before you go, Rich?
It's a dad. I think that's coming on there. Just telling
Or
you
the
how to
agent.
spell it.
Mr. S is an agent, maybe. Yeah, what else is going on at Prohibition?
Oh, lots. I mean, it's been an incredible ride this year. We're coming up to our 1 year anniversary as well. So we've got a lot happening. We've got some Fardo this Friday night. Our Sundays continue to be as popular as ever. We've been balancing the weather and whether we're in a part of a tent and part of the bar, but we
Of
are
course, yeah.
building a new extension as well already on the back to extend the indoor space with sides that open. That'll be really helpful for us throughout the winter because some of the Sundays we literally couldn't get everybody in the bar. So we
Not
lost
great for
some
them, but
trade for
what a
that.
nice problem to have. Incredible.
Yes,
So ever popular. Yep.
it is a nice problem, and we've effectively got quizzes on twice a month, darts on twice a month, karaoke twice a month, a great music jam twice a month as well. So that there's always something going on, and the team that's running the bar now, headed by Alex, the head chef and manager, they're wonderful, and Miguel, our great cocktail and very flamboyant cocktail bar manager, he's putting in a cocktail in the chocolate festival competition,
Good
which he
idea.
designed yesterday. Yes, so it's going to be called Chocolatey Fields, hopefully forever, and he gets through to the final. So
Very
we're
good.
excited about that too.
Well, so congratulations. Stay on the screen with us. We're going to bring on the fabulous. This is what you got to do on Sunday, I think. It is the amazing Raquelita La Fantastica, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning to you. Let's have a 3-cam on the screen here this morning. Yes, lovely for you to. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to see you on the screen here. Raquelita La Fantastica. You'll be part of the lineup for St. Patrick's Day, St. Paddy's Day on Sunday. I think you're English, aren't you? Isn't that a bit awkward?
Yeah, I think Richard basically scraped the bottom of the whiskey barrel and found me at the bottom.
That's not true.
And I know it can be perceived as quite insensitive, 800 years of repression. So I reckon the Irish can probably handle a couple of hours of me at the end of that. And I think Richard scraped together partly Irish people.
Yeah. Oh, Richard, I've got to go. Yes. So, and Raquelita La Fantastica, we can see you in Lisbon on several nights of the week. You're pretty popular in the capital, aren't you? I hear you went down well, as it were, in Obidos, but you're a big performer and a regular performer in the capital.
Yeah, so here in Lisbon, there's English comedy every single night of the week, from open mics to showcases. Yeah, so it's really popular. There's a big sort of group, about 30 of us now. And this week, the weekend just gone, we had a whole stand-up Europe comedy festival. So we had 90 comedians from around the world that came over. So that's why I'm speaking a bit like Rich, actually, at the moment. Bit rough voice going on there.
He always sounds so rock and roll whenever he joins us.
It does. It's all that singing.
Yeah.
I wish it was the singing. I have to say that it probably was having a few too many drinks with some friends yesterday that left me like this morning.
Did you test out the chocolatey cocktails?
Yeah, well, I had to have a go on the Guinness to make sure it was fresh and crispy for Sunday.
Oh, yes. All in the interest of public safety. Very good. T-Duck in with the Bondi Alegria. So that's great news about Lisbon. Is it becoming a bit of a comedy capital then, Raquelita?
Yeah, it really is. It's been over the last, say, 7 years. There's been a few people that have just really grabbed the bull by the reins, and now there's a couple of bars that just focus only on doing comedy. So there's Lisboa Comedy Club. Everyone will probably know. Sundays there. So I'm often there. There's Selva Comedy Cafe. They do Tuesday showcases and other ones. And then there's Chafarique's, or I don't know. Do you guys know Chafarique's? It used to be a famous jazz bar in the kind of 90s. And so they do music and Chafarique's, so the Republic of Comedy. They're there. And that's pretty much every night of the week. So that keeps me busy. Obviously, it doesn't. I'm not a full-time comedian because it doesn't pay me the money to live in the lifestyle that I would like, unless the lifestyle I choose would be homelessness, and in which case then I'd be okay.
Right. And I mean, presumably you can be a bit of a diva when you rock up, though. At the Prohibition, for example, chocolatey cocktail. I think
Diva? Me? No.
Well, Raquelita La Fantastica does lend itself, I think, to being a little bit demanding, possibly. What would you say is your niche or your angle in the comedy world? Yeah,
so it's true life, sad stories on dating disasters.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. However, I'm going to share a story on Sunday of, maybe a hopeful love story that's kind of blooming at the moment.
Oh, nice.
So you have to come down to watch that.
Yeah.
Real life stories. I've traveled quite a lot, so things like that. And genuinely a little bit of a crass humor, but also down at the Prohibition Bar, it's just talking to the locals and the people, the owners and everything, and just sort of making them feel comfortable and getting them to tell us their stories about why they're here in Portugal.
Wonderful. How did you, by the way, how did you get to be here in Portugal?
Yeah, so I worked for an Irish company. Okay, so and they asked me to come over here to set up a business. So I did that, and of course we've probably heard of Brexit, guys, right? You know,
Oh, yeah.
so things came a little bit more difficult to stay, right? Schengen visas and everything.
Mm.
Anyway, so I decided to stay, and then it got so big that they fired me.
Oh, okay. You're a victim of your own success, basically.
Yeah, but I was delighted, so I decided to stay, and I still freelance for them now.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't on the moves. I was living in Spain quite happily. I'd been living in Ireland quite happily, and then they said, "Hey, go over to Portugal," and I thought, "This is all right, isn't it? It's all right, lads."
Isn't it just? And I think the expat scene is quite a rich scene of comedy as well. You meet some characters, and I suspect there's could be quite a gathering of them, a concentration at the Prohibition on Sunday.
Yeah.
What have you got any observations about expat life and being an immigrant? We know us high-end immigrants, as I think it's safe to call ourselves, have been blamed for the election. Almost, it would seem, as was reported in the UK Telegraph yesterday. High-end immigration apparently blamed for some of the political trouble and strife here in Portugal. Have you any observations about being an expat, or looking? It's probably easier to look at others, isn't it, than for us to look at ourselves.
Don't look in the mirror, do we?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Well, I mean, what I haven't read the article, but I presume it was around the housing crisis, right?
Digital nomads, that's right. Yeah, digital nomads are being blamed and causing a lot of trouble. I don't get it, and I think it's one of those stories that the further it's gone out of the country, the more twisted it's become for the sake of a particular agenda. So we needn't worry too much about it.
And if anything, so I see a lot of people coming through, transient people, but if anything, I think digital nomads are choosing other countries now, or they're down in Madeira, for example. Right. I wouldn't class myself as a digital nomad, but I do know when I tried to move here 2.5 years ago, I thought this is going to be really affordable to live in the centre on my own. And then it took me 6 months to find somewhere, and now I realise actually it is even not affordable for me. Yeah. So I guess, I mean, imagine being Portuguese having to deal with that.
There is a sweet spot, isn't there, in moving to a country they're talking about having an enviable cost of living. All right, fantastic. Paddy's Day, St. Paddy's Day celebrations. Officially, it's Monday, isn't it? But you're bringing it forward so you can have a celebration on Sunday, Rich. Guinness at €5 a pot, Irish stew, and a fantastic lineup, including Raquelita La Fantastica here. Where else can people see them? What's your schedule for the next few days or weeks or months or so? Or where can we see you in one of your fixtures, your regular fixtures, monthly fixtures, Raquelita?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Raquelita Fantastica without the L. All you need to do is put in RAQUE, and I'm generally coming up there as well. Right. So I'll be at Republic of Comedy, Selva Comedy Cafe on Sunday after the gig. Unfortunately, I can't drink all the Guinness with you, Rich, because I have to get back to Lisbon to do a gig at the Cultura Lounge.
Rock and
in
roll.
Lisbon, which is a shisha lounge, or as they say on their advertising, it has top class hookers.
And you're heading there?
Okay. Yeah, and I've tried that joke a few times, and it's gone down like a lead balloon. But no, so actually, for me, the highlight's going to be on Sunday. I'm really hoping to get a warm Irish welcome rather than a speedy
like a warm
Irish goodbye, right?
Yeah, yes, both world famous, I think.
Carl, I'm just really glad actually that Raquelita is coming up, because she's had some toils, and as you've heard, the places she works, her love life. And I'm glad your love life's going better now, my darling. But I am sure that there's money involved, so that's just been confirmed now from what she's just said.
Oh, that's a naughty and awkward moment to finish on. But hopefully, we'll see you on a more regular basis. You give him a thump on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll see you on a more. Will you come back and see us, Raquelita? Maybe think about keeping us up to date with what's going on in the comedy world in Portugal and in Lisbon on a monthly basis, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Thanks, Carl, for the invite.
All right, excellent. Have a fantastic time Sunday, both of you. And Raquelita, we'll see you, and Richard, no doubt, as well. And the Chocolate Festival coming out. I have to pop over and see you for that. Have a great weekend. The sun is out. And lovely to meet you, Raquelita. Great to see you, Rich. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
All right. Ciao, ciao. There they go. Sunday night or Sunday day, actually, afternoon and evening, the St. Patrick's Day celebrations at the Prohibition Bar in Obidos. Make sure you get along there. Not least for the Raccolita La Fantastica, but Fantastica prices on Guinness as well. €5 a go, €5 a go. What am I talking about? €5 a go. I got a little bit of oh, hey, Rich. I got a little bit of a comedy sketch about learning the Portuguese language.